he's a kid. You know, he's 21 years old, 22 years old. Big Cash has been grappling almost as long as he's been alive. So for him to be willing and ready to not only accept, but, you know, come head forward into a challenge like this is just incredible for me.
I love this matchup. Corner representing Ignite MMA Academy. He comes in with 3 wins and 1 loss. Fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, Ben Cash. And his opponent, representing Team Fusion, comes in with 2 wins and 0 losses. Fighting out of Springfield, Missouri, Cole Bax. Round number 1.
One of the many Fusion guys on the card tonight, Justin. Cole Bax. He's got a lot of his guys behind him in that gym, and I think the word that comes to mind is fearless, is Cole Bax. He's not afraid of this opponent in Ben Cash tonight, and he's going forward and acting like it. There's the first shot. This is the first test. We'll see if that wrestling, if Bax can handle it.
Cole Bax, incredible head position there to counter the shot attempt from Ben Cash. Great reap of the leg, but ends up costing it.
That's the experience right there. Ben Cash knows the position. He had the positioning and was able to put Cole Bax down, at least for a moment. Bax is working frantically to get up.
Right. You know, Cole Bax is a guy whose gas tank seems to be endless at times, so I don't see him getting tired in these exchanges. But you know, with a guy like Ben Cash, with the Division I pressure that he brings, you know, he's yet to be exposed to that kind of pressure inside of the cage so far.
It's the technique that he brings too. He's very fluid on the ground and with his transitions, and if you're not careful, he can finish you.
Yeah, now
the reason he didn't finish Zykan was because Zykan was performing incredibly, but this is, you know, a bad position for Bax so far.
Absolutely got his chest to the cage. Going to be really hard. Now he's flattened out, but doing a good job building back to his base. You know, pure relentlessness from Cole Bax, which is nothing that we haven't seen before. I mean, he hasn't stopped moving for 1 second to clear this position.
He's turning in. He's on top.
And now he's back on top. Clears the overhook. And we'll see if the guard of Ben Cash is enough to survive the onslaught that is sure to come from Cole Bax.
And we'll have to see the defensive grappling early from Ben Cash here.
Yeah, first time I've seen Ben Cash put in his guard. He's got a great job right now with the feet on the hips and corralling the top of Cole Bax.
Explodes off, and Bax was right back on him.
Front headlock position, but in on a single leg. Good job to clear it. Look for a big knee to the thigh there. Yeah, and it lands.
Looks like Bax is trying to get a little bit of his own wrestling on.
Nice single leg on the far side. You know, I say it all the time. Anytime you see wrestlers go against each other, it's a lot of sniffing butts, like 2 dogs trying to see who can get the takedowns the most.
Yeah, they both favor their wrestling, and they each are splitting a takedown apiece so far early in this fight. And you know, we've seen Bax. He wants to get after it. Yeah, he doesn't stay in those 50-50 positions for long. He's working.
No, he immediately went from the punches to the chokes, and now he's just grinding on the chin just to make it uncomfortable and hopefully force a mistake out of Ben Cash here. You know, this is definitely a precarious position with 10 seconds left. There you see the sense of urgency, and if Cole Bax can get the hands back to the mat one more time, he could possibly steal this round.
Yep, very interesting first round so far. Cole Bax,
great.
Cool as a cucumber over there. Ben Cash had success too.
I just saw a look on the face of Cole Bax, like he feels like he's already won this fight. Like he knows that he survived this first round, and he gave Ben more than he's handled ever before.
He said that's what this fight is. All right, yeah, I can do this.
Not to take away from any opponents that Ben Cash has faced before, but to my knowledge, that's the most he's ever had to handle in the first round of a fight, and that could play dividends later in round 3. We saw in his last outing against Trent Zykan. Trent very clearly won round 3 after dropping the first 2, but I've never seen Ben Cash lose the first round. So that could be something that shakes him a little bit throughout the rest of the fight. But for a guy like Cole Bax, who's embracing the war right now, man, that was a scary look that I just saw.
And he always embraces the war. They both had that takedown in the first round, but I think you're right. Bax did a little bit more with it. Had some ground and pound.
But Colbax has a smirk on his face. He's ready.
And it'll be interesting to see where this goes in the second round. Good left by Cash early.
Colbax just exploding.
Lots of feints right now.
Big Cash looking way more smooth. Good shot attempt off the right hand. Back to the inside trip again. He is great off the overhook with that.
And Colbax's strength is apparent in these fights. He can usually just overpower his opponent. And Cash is strong too, but still, that just shows you that Bax really has a lot of power.
Colbax got to stay behind the shoulders until he gets a hip on the mat like that.
Good rolling right there by Bax to get on the back for a moment. Yep, Cash has got to work to his feet right now.
Ben, you got to make that decision now. Let's go. We're on our feet. Yes, sir. Let's move.
What a display of grappling from both
boy.
guys as Colbax picks up the rear body lock and Matt returns him.
He's just a powerhouse, Justin.
Colbax said, D1, D2, it don't matter. We're grappling tonight, big fella.
And we got to fight hands. We got to make way up.
And there's the explosion by Cash trying to get back up. We're always treated every time Colbax fights.
You know, like I said, you know, dropping that first round or having someone who really put the pressure on Cash like that for the first time ever in the first round.
It's a grueling pace.
It's a grueling pace. You know, he does a great job of controlling his opponents. And I hate to say the term cruising, but he's faced such little adversity throughout the first two rounds in his fights that, you know, this could be paying dividends right now for Colbax early.
And yeah, the activity from Colbax, the offense, he's just very active. Whether he's on the ground or if he's on the feet, feinting, he's always active.
He's just a battery. The kid, he hasn't stopped once. I mean, he's great at transitioning from the strikes to the chokes, even if it's just to open up the strikes again or force you to defend and put you in a bad position, you know. This kid is just putting the gas on right now.
Credit to Cash, up to his feet for a moment, back to one knee.
Warning from referee Zach Tybers for a fence grab.
Can you imagine training with Colbax?
I mean, Colbax, he'll keep this pace. Ben has got to get to his feet.
And there, use the threat of the takedown to get up to his feet.
10 seconds left.
Still
big right hands.
He had his back against the cage. He was still throwing knees.
Ben Cash has actually landed the better strikes on the feet tonight. Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting that, but Colbax has dominated everywhere else.
I wasn't expecting that. Yeah.
If Ben Cash can keep this on the feet and keep these exchanges at distance and range, he's going to have a better chance of where he's at right now because Colbax has not slowed down for 1 second in the grappling.
Yeah, Cash did pop him with the jab early in that second round. And you know he wants to use his wrestling if he can, but you're right, Justin, at this moment he might opt for the feet, and he's getting instruction from the UFC veteran, Zach Cummings, in his corner, and John O'Brien, coaching their fighter and telling him that this round 3 might be make it or break it. It's a close one. The first round was close. It could be 2-0 backs. No open scoring here in Missouri.
My unofficial scorecard definitely has it 2-0 for Colbax. I understand if it's 1-1 on at least one judge's card, but there's no doubt about my mind that Colbax won that second round.
And there's Bax, just sprints right to the middle of the cage, takes the center.
Big flashy kick.
He's got 3 minutes. And same with Ben Cash. There's the left again from Cash.
Good little uppercut there just to put it out there to let Ben Cash know that no free takedown attempts will be made today.
Hey, cut your whizzer. Start working, dude.
Yep, Cash just kind of, or excuse me, Bax just kind of muscled him up to the cage right there.
Hear the corner saying to cut your whizzer and fight the hands here. That's
yeah, he's got to break that right hand.
That is the pathway that I was looking for him to go as well. Look to turn into him hard and dig that right elbow down just like that, and now find his underhook on the other side.
You've got Bax just throwing knees or just the short shots every second.
Hey, cut the left arm. Cut the left arm.
Cole Bax is going to circle to his right again and look to keep that single.
If you're Cash, you're looking to break off and get to distance here.
Let him sit on the double. Start working down to the grips.
Cash has had a good success with the little inside trip or Uchimata, what hip toss, whatever you want to call it, off the single, just like he had there again.
Clear, let's go. Don't hold on to him. You got to move, bud.
Gets to the back.
Hey, it's not there. It's not there, Ben. It's not there. You got to start fighting the hands.
Cole Bax just has an answer for everything Ben Cash is throwing right now.
There you go. 2-on-1, Ben. Let's work. Yes, sir. Reverse.
Relentless grappler. But
Reap.
he is young in this fighter. He could make a mistake.
Great reversal there.
Hooks, two hooks.
Could be time for Ben Cash to make.
Oh, chokes in. Chokes in. He's got to fight the top hand. He's got him belly down. He's fighting the top hand. This is tough.
This is what Cash does. He could have a bad 8 minutes, but he's got to be on him for 9.
He's out. He's out right now. If he can start using this to open up some shots right now, he can start to create a little bit more success. But Cole Bax right away fighting the hands, peeled the top hand down, and got himself back to his feet. Relentless. This kid can take whatever you're throwing at him. He's been here once so far, and he's turned right back into the guard.
45 seconds left to work for Ben Cash. He's got to have a finish, it seems, for him to take the victory home tonight. As he maintains the back of Cole Bax.
He's got him flattened. He's got the hands together. He's got the hands together. He's pulling the top hand down.
Tabier's taking the close look.
Ben, you got to sell out here. Let's go.
His corner telling him he's got to go. He's got maybe time for one more squeeze right now. Bax is out. He's in a bad spot, but he's not getting choked out.
2 hooks, start working.
10 seconds left. It looks like Cole Bax is going to survive.
Cole Bax back to his feet. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have found your next prospect at 135 pounds.
We love this guy, Justin. I think, like, it's apparent every time he fights, he just gets us so excited. Even if it's a decision, it's always entertaining.
One of the most highly exciting and intelligent fighters that we've seen come up in such a quick time. I don't want to take away from the performance of Benjamin Cash either, but just for those who at home to understand the magnitude of what it is to deal with the grappling of someone like Benjamin Cash. That's just why I'm so hyped about the performance that Cole Bax had tonight.
And to paint the picture, if a judge did give round 1 to Cash, they likely gave that 3rd round to Ben Cash as well. That could be 2 rounds Cash's way. This is going to be a tough decision for the judges.
This is Missouri. We have seen some wild decisions over the years, especially in the last week at the UFC. So nothing surprises me, but in my eyes, I don't.
Let's get our fighters to the center of the cage.
See how it goes any other way than Cole Bax tonight.
All 3 judges scored this fight in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner, Cole